The obes, yeah, exactly. Thank you for the saying it. Admittedly, that's probably how I should have said it in the first place. I usually just call it obs, like all the time. How's everyone doing this evening? We are playing Super Mario RPG for the Nintendo Switch. When's the last time I played the original? It's been a while, that's for sure. Ah, yes, they've made this cutscene significantly more cinematic, which I suppose you might expect now that we've got more technology. We don't get to see Bowser actually pick Peach up. I forget if that part is in the attract mode. Do we get to see any of the rest of the opening sequence if I sit around on the title screen? I'm gonna let it take a shot here and see how it does. Ah, here we go, yeah. Oh, Roundy. I like the old one better. Also, where's my Metamucil? Why don't my kids visit me? It's because it costs too much to leave your house. That's why. Link to the past sprite creation. Interesting. Oh, hey, look, it's the first of the two playable OCs in this game. I gotta wonder if there's anybody out there. Did Yoko Shimomura do the updated music? I want to say so, but I am not completely confident of that. But absolutely, yes, Yoko Shimomura did the original soundtrack. She did quite a few other very famous video game soundtracks, and even ones that are not so famous that absolutely deserve it, like Legend of Mana. She did, I want to say, Street Fighter 2. Oh, hey, Gino is in a significantly more dynamic pose here. Gino, who's like everybody's favorite from this game, but I think I'm going to attempt to make a case anyway for Mallow being a little better. Even though, I mean, Gino does have a, couple of cool points. Let's be honest, the kids like Gino because he's got guns for hands. His Weather Channel music that captures her. I completely believe that. A lot of that kind of stuff also was very popular with a certain set in Japan. Like, a lot of Western popular music acquired a large amount of Japanese popularity way back in the 70s, and basically when a lot of these composers would have been young folks. They imported a shocking amount of that stuff. They weren't creating a lot of it themselves, which is why groups like X Japan and a lot of the other Visual Kei acts were actually quite... they kind of stood out a little bit in a cultural sense, in a certain way, because it was considered, like, basically uncouth, I guess would be the word, for Japanese artists to be making non-traditional music on some level. But hey, when the Westerners brought Deep Purple and shit over like that was cool. Kingdom Hearts or Weather Channel quiz, that's fantastic. I would not expect to have that sort of thing be something that would get that much confusion, but you can go ahead and link that, and I'm pretty sure I don't have any sort of like link defender in here because, listen, I get the follower bots like everybody else. So, and I think a shocking amount of those post the they just post raw links. So yes, we're going to go ahead. We're going to put ourselves into save file 2. We'll erase any current autosave data. That's fine. So we're gonna play this on normal because it's Super Mario RPG. It is genuinely not very hard. I'm curious if Breezy Mode does anything else particularly special for us. Although, of course, now that I've said it's not very hard, I'm gonna screw it up somehow. I'll find a way. It's just kind of a talent that I have. At times. To be completely inept at every video game that has ever been published, even if I know it very well. I'll find a new way to make a horrible mistake. It's a skill. It's a skill and a talent. I'm completely befuddled by it as well, Mr. Wheel. Like, maybe this is just proof of how old that we are, that, like, I don't know. There are some games out there that it's like, I don't really see the need for it. Like, I guess I understand on some level for something like Nier Automata, where it's like, if you really want just the story, or you just want to stare at the robot girls at... Oh, sorry. If you just really want the story. But Super Mario RPG doesn't really have that much of a story, so... Oh, that's the home button. Sorry, that's not the start button. I was a little over on the side of the thumb. I have my controller in my hands under the desk to try to reduce how much the microphone picks up. But yeah, I've never really particularly found Super Mario RPG to be all that hard. I guess unless you absolutely do not try to do any timed hits. But also, we do kind of exist in a day and age where there's like auto battle for a lot of games for like mobile RPGs and stuff like that, which feel like the main source of turn-based RPGs anymore. And I mean, sure, I do it so I can multitask while ignoring things that are, quite frankly, not that engaging compared to the old school stuff anymore. But I digress. Breezy Mode is mostly just auto-timed hits. I gotcha. I feel like there probably should be... Well, no, this game has a... Well, the original has a timed hit tutorial, right? Maybe like some sort of training feature where you can optionally go like, okay, show me what the timing looks like for this. Also, yeah, there's no back attacks to worry about if you get walked into by an enemy. This isn't one of those games. Yeah, it has its uses, but I mean, I suppose that, like, again, for folks like me, it's like, well, I've played games like this to death that some of them you'd have to try to. If Breezy Mode really is just like, hey, here's your free timed hits and that's about it, I think that's probably fair, because, again, realistically, I don't think many of these battles need to be that much simplified. Roundy, are you sure you quit Twitter saying shit like that? Oh, I'm being rude now. Sorry. Don't let Bowser bruise you, Mario. That's right. Don't let him bruise you. Mario, prepare for the great beyond. And yeah, little spoiler, but we can target the chain behind him. It doesn't have a name when we target it for some reason. In fact, I'm going to just... Oh, that's weird. I'm trying to press Y to select the special, but that's not how it works in this. Okay. That is going to take some getting used to. Also, I probably am going to be very bad at, like, doing any sort of timed defenses. What was that sound? No! It's a chain reaction! Hang in there, Chandelier! I'm holding on by the skin of your teeth! Whatever you do, don't let go! I'm enjoying doing the Bowser voice a little too much, I'm sorry. I think that's kind of what he sounded like in Super Mario Sunshine. Although Super Mario Sunshine, to be fair, I haven't really, like, touched that game in a while, because... Super Mario Sunshine is... God damn, this room got tall. Super Mario Sunshine is a game that sounds like a great proposition until you start playing it for a long enough time. Waha! Did you think I was just gonna give her to you? You're always in my way! This is it! I'm gonna take you out, Mario! What, for dinner? Typhon noises! Foiled again! Oh, he just turned on no clip in the middle of that jump and just swam up to the other, they were called Kink Link in the original, but I guess they're Chandelier now. I guess you can't really call something Kink Link anymore in 2024 because, I'm willing to bet that that's a certain type of website, right? Anyway, hi, yeah, I failed to greet Iron Fury. I was too busy, bullshitting a little bit, and yeah. Easily the worst 100%? Yeah, fair enough. And now, for some reason, there is a gigantic sword in the middle of Bowser's castle. Do they even know what swords are in Mario Universe? Is there another sword anywhere in Mario Universe? It serves the web on an internet, Bowser. I almost missed that joke there, Roundy. My brain did that, like, autocorrect thing where it's like, hey, you see the word. Hey, Mario, lots of people use something called a door to go in and out of their houses. Fuck you, Toad. I'm having an issue right now. And yeah, ultimately, I don't have a problem with easy modes. It's not going to be my bag. Outside of very, specific easy modes. Like, for example, here's a good example of a game with an easy mode where I am 100% all for it and always take it, is Star Trek Judgment Rights. Because, as best I can tell, the easy mode in Judgment Rights is just that you don't get into as many of the space battles. There's a certain round the wheel in here who probably knows a little bit more about that because I haven't played that in a very long time. All that one does is it removes the space battles entirely. Well, fair enough. I seem to recall those being what we shall call more trouble than they're worth in a more, in some sense of the term, right? It's a cool idea, and it's something that you might want to do at least once, but also if you were to have to deal with them constantly, you'd just be like, you would not have a great time anymore after a while. However, I will say that there are times when I will look at a game and see it has an easy mode and go, okay, but what could they possibly do with this, right? Like, there are some games that are already just easy enough that you'll just be like, huh? So anyway, and admittedly, that is very rarely going to sound, like I'm not being judgmental. Although the folks who are selling, like, max level save files on eBay that are blatantly cheated, that's a whole other story. That seems a little exploitative. Buy your own damn Game Shark. Wait, no. Oh, those things don't really exist anymore, do they? Dang it. But yeah. Okay, so the later chandeliers are now called chandelier. Gotcha. Instead of chandelier. Which, to be fair, there were some issues with a couple of enemy names being localized wrongly, basically, in the original. Like, okay, Shy Guys, I think, get called the right thing most of the time. But that chandelier is a reference to the... Roundy, please. Is a reference to the Japanese name of the Shy Guys, so that's an odd one that stands out a little bit. Been meaning to pick this remake up. Yeah, 50 to... Yeah, this, I'm assuming this will be pretty good. So far, it seems like it's pretty solid. It plays okay. You move faster, I think, than in the original. And Thousand Year Door. I haven't played the original Paper Mario or Thousand Year Door, so I can't weigh in on anything in that regard. I haven't played the remakes either. You got anything extra to say, Toad? I mean, yeah, apparently his castle is really close. Get knocked out, you'll wake up at the last place you saved this adventure. You'll save automatically when you go between areas. Progress, am I right? Oh, see, I get it. Just like, yeah, referencing the fact that this is a remake. You know what? That's fair enough. That's not an unusual thing, really. Not a usual thing, rather, for this type of style of remake. And yes, Bowser's Keep really is, like, right over here, huh? Yeah, it's a really good blending of a lot of the pre-existing themes. There's... Overall, the soundtrack of this game is really good. Belongs to the Smithy Gang. So I guess these guys are the Smithy Gang, huh? No, this is Exor. That we're not getting any name for them, and whatever the weird hilt thing up there is called in this version of the game. And Exor's lower jaw freaks out, and the whole bridge crumbles. And at least Mario is quite capable of beating a hasty retreat. And it's stuck over there on Vista Hill and going like, ugh! For the longest time you thought the sword was Smithy. Yeah, I think that's kind of true of a lot of people. Or at the very least, they got to it and were like, what? Exor? That doesn't jive with what we were being told about that. Hey, Toad, who let you into my house? Yeah, and here. Mario can't actually talk in this game, so he just sort of mimes out stuff in a very elaborate manner, which, admittedly, if I could just do that, especially once we see how intense some of his antics get in the later parts of the game, I'd probably never talk either. Actually, then, if I wanted to do this, I'd have to get on a webcam, so that wouldn't be so great. Peach on the Yes, that's right. He is an ass man. Wait, that's not what you're saying. That's right. We got clobbered in the head by Toad is capable of damaging us. Incredible. Oh yeah, hey. Billy the Goomba came here to... Action commands? Is that what you're calling them in this game? You know what? Show me the tutorial. Just because let's get all the skinny. I think they've changed things a little bit. Plus, we get to hear this battle music a little earlier. Press A with perfect timing and your attack will damage the surrounding enemies too. Yes. That is new. That is a change from the original. Ah, yes. Remember? Oh, it says push A. Okay, so A button for all of our timings, I guess? That's quite odd. Ah, yes, so I guess we slowly build up a super attack gauge or something. Well, that'll be fun. And there's this whole chain gauge. Wow, they've really expanded the mechanics of this quite heavily. I'm a little surprised. Yeah, thanks, Toad. You told us about the... Yeah, Chancellor, about Peach. We already kind of know that about... buddy. We're 3 for 4. I would say, come on, Roundy, it's Nintendo. They wouldn't, but I feel like they probably would. If you give them enough rope, and you got to remember, it is Nintendo. People will be like, yeah, they're allowed to do that, even though they probably shouldn't be. But it's surprising sometimes the amount of things that people will just allow Nintendo to get away with. And by surprising, I mean not really that surprising at all, but more like disappointing. And I guess I didn't want to say disappointing for some reason, but it is kind of disappointing, let's be honest with ourselves. We really should be expecting these folks, well, okay, let me rephrase that. We should be asking these companies to do better. We should be expecting absolutely the fuck nothing. Because, oh boy. Ah, boy, I'm just so tired of all these Star Wars. Wait. Oh, the enemy's name turns red to give you a little bit of a health indication. That's, well, that's more information than they give you in the SNES era, so that's neat. Want to double your coins? Yeah, let's go for it. So, go find the baby Yoshi. Yeah, good luck making any sense out of that. Oh, well, I somehow pulled it off. Okay. Hooray! We get an extra 2 coins. That was so worth it. I'm playing like absolute dog dirt here because I don't know the defensive timings. Yeah, like, I'm doing it way too early on the Goomba attack most of the time. And I think I was going way too late for the other guys. It's alright. Remembering what game this is, we'll probably overpower them sooner or later. We get a little bit of a look at some stat increases here. Now, I guess the growths are kind of like every... I believe the growths are like they are in original flavor Super Mario RPG, where every level is worth more points for a specific stat. So in this case, you can see we get 3 magic attack and 1 magic defense, or 3 HP, or 1 attack and 1 defense. I'm gonna take the 3 magic attack, because that'll buff our jump, and we will want to put that to use at some point, don't worry. In fact, using it on these paratroopers is probably not a terrible idea. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, it actually has a little, That's a nice little addition. They give you an elemental weakness tag for things. Normally, the whole concept of elements is, like, entirely hidden, almost, in the original. Hey, JJ, how's it going? Hope you're having a good evening. So far, this is pretty good. Oh, I probably will. Toad, you have, like, no offensive capability whatsoever, do you? Come on. Find yourself, like, a counterattack weapon or something. Like, out of Final Fantasy X. Come on. One of those is available pretty early in 10, if I recall correctly. Oh, nice. Found ourselves a free item. Oh, yeah, there I go. Absolutely and completely biffing it. And once again. But also, I might end up accidentally ending up a little lazy in these fights, because, well... yeah. So, if this part of the mechanics is the same, is/are the same as the SNES version, we should be able to just eat that flower tab to... yeah, it even replenishes our flower points. There we go. We can be a little bit more efficient with our honey syrups, or with our ether-type items. Well, I didn't need that so soon. As you can see, there's a toad being bullied up there, so we'll deal with that in just a second. Once we're done with these goofballs. You'll never see me pull anything off quite like that ever again. Hey, we got another flower point. That I do not believe is a refill, but that's fine. We got a pick-me-up. That's completely useless for the time being. That's our Phoenix down for the game. For the folks who are not very aware of anything to do with this particular title. And I did warn you, I was going to get a little bit lazier as things went on with this. Because these Goombas are, well, they're about the level of difficulty that you would expect a Goomba to be, really. And a dirt easy paratroopa. Unfortunately, the flower points in the world map do not give you back your FP. They just expand your capacity. Flower tabs, though, remain, yeah. Hey, Lakitu, get down here. Come on. I want to get into a fight with a Spiky. Not a Spiny, a Spiky. Ooh. Alright, let's see this gauge move here. Toad assist, huh? Ooh, he gave us back our flower points and gave us a Geno boost. That's kind of nice. I mean, I can see that it's controlled by a roulette. That's... Huh. I think that's something that you get to do more interesting stuff with when you have a bigger team. So we'll worry about that a little more later on. Oh, oops, I got a little too close to this guy. My hammer and I don't like you. Yeah, it's the hammer bro. He's definitely got a mean streak. Yep. We can back up for a second and just abandon Toad for now. You abandoned the Toad. Now you're just being rude. Come on. Toad doesn't deserve that. Although the way Mario acts around Toad, you wouldn't know that, right? How many times has Mario just like... Well, especially in Super Mario 64, how much time do you spend just clobbering Toad in the face, right? Answer, far more than you probably should. But let's go and face this guy. You shouldn't have done that! Yeah. It's two Hammer Bros, so they're probably gonna be more on the par of, like, SMB3 Hammer Bros than SMB1. Now here's a little bit of a tip for you. Which is to split your damage on these fellas. And also remember to actually hit the button for some of those attacks. Ooh, I'm playing this real badly. Well, yes, but also there's a reason why I'm saying split up your damage on these dudes. And the reason why is because once you kill one, the other will give itself a nice big defensive buff in the form of Valor Up. And we managed to completely obviate that by having distributed the damage properly to make the fight faster. Unfortunately, I can't really give Don't Suck as a piece of advice, so... yeah. Where do you think the hammer came from, Toad? It's not like we didn't just fight two Hammer Bros or something, right? Come on. It would be ironic, probably a little sad, but... it would... there are some, like, extra post-game bosses, I think, that are actually tough. Which is a refreshing change of pace when you consider this game. Has the Hammer Bros insignia on it. Yeah, like I said, where do you think it came from, Toad? No one stands a chance against you when you womp them with this. I think that might be a little overkill, but... yeah. QLEX did need a little bit of planning. Still not exactly the king of super bosses in the entire franchise, but... I mean, I faced down Ozma and we spent like 2 hours on that, so... that's something a little hardier than... I think this game, you know, a little too spicy for this sort of game. But let's go ahead and equip ourselves with our hammer here. And see, it gives us a nice attack boost. It's also going to change our attack animation. So that will change how we time our hits. Which means I'm probably going to go right back to screwing things up here. And hey, yeah, we can see kind of a lot of data about enemies here. Neat. Oh, so I guess there's some stuff here that these dudes, we don't know what they're weak to. Then again, I guess we didn't really try a whole lot with many of these fellas. And finding a lot of these stats and everything, well, we don't have access to status effects basically at all for a while. So that might be a little tough for some of those enemies, to put it nicely. Especially the bosses. Ugh. What else is new, buddy? Let's take a look around the Mushroom Kingdom town here. Yeah, a lot of cooking and cleaning to be done. You got a messy family? Do they eat a lot? Oh, this guy seems like he eats a lot. Yes, here's a small child jumping on the bed. I bet you knew why this one was there. Sure. Yeah, right, kid. They just allow Mario to be an asshole in this game for some reason. Oh, well, this is rather silly. And somehow it's still making the bed... The bed go all floppy from getting sproinged on. That doesn't make much sense. That's probably just a weird oversight that... truth be told, everybody who was testing it was like, it doesn't matter. It don't matter. None of this matters. Cobblestones? Ho 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 ho. Ho ho ho. Yeah, this is a town, alright. See a crocodile around here. Is this the first crocodile that's ever been in the series? The wallet. Oh, that's probably not related. I drop my wallet all the time. They're getting hitched, I see. No. I can't imagine that we'll be in one, and we certainly won't be fighting a giant cake monster in one of them. That would be silly. That's a good question, Mega Man. Does Bowser have goats? What, gets kidnapped all the time? That's a weird thing to hope for. Hey, fella. Yeah, that kid's quite energetic. And loves to run in a square for some reason. Must be happening when you're not watching then, right? Is that what we're to believe, supposedly? Sure. What's going on in the item shop? Frog Sage's grandchildren is running errands in town. Well, we'll be on the lookout for a frog, I guess. What you got, champ? We're gonna need a couple of these, because I'm pretty bad at video games. Honey syrup. Yeah. I see. They've changed how the inventory works a little bit. By making it so that way, instead of it being a list with a total limit of items, it's X amount of max items per each item. So we're allowed to have like 10 mushrooms, 10 honey syrups, only 6 pick-me-ups, 10 able juice. Oh, they've been changed to cleansing juice. I see. Instead of able juice, which was a very good pun, in my opinion, but yeah. It's a shirt! Yes, very, very simple. Mario's main piece of equipment are shirts, as opposed to, like, overalls, I guess. And pants will be for somebody who wears pants, which apparently is not Mario. We got some goodies here. We're 1 coin short of the jump shoes. Oops. I've made a fool of myself. It says use jump attacks against any foe. So like spinies and stuff will not let you jump on them lest you get hurt, I think. So that can be a problem. Antidote pin, which prevents poison damage, but I guess still lets us get poisoned. I don't know. It's useful. There's a couple of things that can poison us. Status effects. I'm sorry, I was looking for hidden chests, sir. Listen, it is a real thing in today's society. Yeah, status effects are something that you can get hit by very easily in this. Hey. I'm already standing before... Oh. Okay. Yeah? Got the signal ring already! Well then, okay. Yeah, so I guess we have to have the signal ring equipped then, which means that it's probably going to be on us for most of the game as a consequence. Usually, you do not get this until pretty late into the game. At a point where there's like one more location with hidden boxes at all, so... Oh, there we go. It's just up in the corner. That's easier than I thought. And in this game, there's a persistent notification, unlike in stuff like, well, unlike in the original, where it's just a noise. And 3 coins to take a nap. Well, like I said, we're probably going to be wearing the signal ring like most of the time, so... I guess it's fine for us to be like, hey, yeah, it'll take us a couple more to get the jump shoes. Say now, fellow. Hey, kid. Hey. What about now? Later on, you'll... Well, at least in the original, later on, you could buy that and you could play a little mini-game in the menu that I think just... I don't remember if it even gave you anything, but it was fun. Yeah? You got anything else to say? No. Alright, well, we got a chancellor to go talk to, I see. Oh, oops. Is this the one that the hidden chest is, like, up here or something? Did I goof? I think I done goofed. There might be a way to get it later, though. Let's take a look at this side of the castle. Oh, we're in Peach's room. We probably should be a little bit more, we probably shouldn't do this, right? There was a... Found Peach's thing with 3 question marks. Well, it's good to see that that's still in the game. Put that back. That's right, put back her, thing that's too inappropriate for us to mention. I'm glad that's still here because, well, that is my sense of humor, I suppose. Oh, we really can't go past you? We can't jump over you? Well. I guess Mario is more known for the high jump than for the trick jump, but... Yeah, I was going to... I was just leaving the what that was up to everybody's imaginations, that I've heard I'd say various interpretations, but most of them come down to a variety of ways to say the word dildo, so... Calling them various interpretations feels like a strong turn of phrase. Yeah, hey, Mustache Mushroom, we're here. Thank goodness you're here. We heard an explosion or something. It was so loud I almost dropped my spores. What a phrase. Sir, are you well, I guess that's the phrase. She got lost, apparently. Well, let me tell you. Hey, if I could just shapeshift like that, like I said, I probably wouldn't talk very much. Just communicate through that. Spore's alive! You're telling me that Bowser has abducted the princess again? About that, sir. That's right, we punched him and that was fun, and... Oh, and he can just summon earthquakes, apparently. That's... And even he's like, where the hell did you go, sir? And I think he's correct to say that. Egad! That's a good question, Mega Man. Let's see what we can do for you. Yes, I've got this signal ring and a shirt. No, I know how to play a video game, I think. What? Oh, pfft. Ah, the brain trauma. Alright, what's in the old basement for us, huh? This doesn't look like much of a... This doesn't look like much of a vault. This is just a creepy basement, dude. What do you got? Hey, 10 coins. Hard to complain at this point. Yeah, we've discussed this a little bit already. And here's an instant heal mushroom. Yep, completely fills you, but it has to be used as soon as you pick it up. So, if you know where they are, it's often best to wait around to use them until they'd be put to best use. Ooh, a cutscene. Oh, hey, look, it's Croco. Oh, hey, it's a creature that wears pants. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Like, that's part of the animation in the original, too. Reptile? No, that guy looks more like Rain. Can't cry? It seems like you're doing pretty well anyway. Wait. He stole your grandfather's money. Wait. That's a... Just sneaks in this little Dover Boys reference for no good reason. Hey, kiddo. How can you tell? Mario's graphic hasn't changed. Ah, yes, so this little fluffy fellow, whenever he cries, changes the weather, huh? Eh, sure. Ah, come on. You've got more jump in you than a box of fruit. What an absolutely ridiculous thing to say to a human being. Or to any creature for that matter. You've got more jump in you than a box of frogs. Oh. That's a phrase I'm gonna have to find a way to reuse at some point if I remember. Mallow from Tadpole Pond. You're a frog, huh? You don't look much like a frog, but oh, that's a bit of spoilers. Yeah, why not? At this point, we're kind of stonewalled out of what we're supposed to be able to do, so... Hey, this can't be too bad of a thing. He doesn't look at all like a frog, it's true. Let's see his tongue. Wait. Does Mallow have a tongue? Or just, like, inside of mouth textures? Oh, hey, we can review our journey a little bit, huh? Alright, hey, Item Shopman, do you have anything to say about this guy? Yeah, he got mugged. I don't know, I was hoping you had, like, something that could help us, right? Hey, you gave us a pick-me-up, alright. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and grab Mallow a pair of pants. Yeah, by all means, go ahead and equip that. And I probably should get the kid an antidote pin, but I think I'm going to skip on that for now. Yeah, what's up, boss? I saw him in a cutscene. And I guess everybody just preternaturally knows that Mario can shapeshift. Why didn't you stop him? Because I forgot my bazooka at home. Shit, give me a break here. Yeah, look at this sassy toad here. Incredible. Har har, you mugs will never catch me. A snail can outrun you morons. Yeah, absolutely. They updated his dialogue a little bit to make him sound a little bit more like a stereotypical gangster. You know, I didn't think New Capenna had crocodiles, but huh. We got the map. Yeah, it works like the world map in the original. It's just slightly more backstory as to why you're able to fast travel. Let's head on over to Bandit's Way, where we're going to be able to find us Evil Barney or whatever. You probably should at least be a little quieter about that when you're staring him right in the face, kiddo. Wait until you see Hatsune Miku in HD. Alan, please. Alum. That's... You're very silly. Anyway, how you doing, champ? Actually, speaking of Hatsune Miku, I literally just made a magic joke. And there's those Hatsune Miku Secret Lair releases which exist. I assume that I would assume that Alan hasn't seen that because he's not that deep into. I could go look for them and we could be like, that's a very silly thing to interrupt your stream with, champ. Champ, what a name, right? Who is Champ? Actually, I think I'll probably say just post the command tower one. That one's, yeah, nice and simple. I'll drop that in the chat just for some fun. Yeah, so that's a actual Magic the Gathering product that is available. And admittedly, if I still played, I probably would stuff those in several of my commander decks, but I digress. Yeah, they're getting a little more into a lot of the crossover stuff. There's going to be a Final Fantasy set in April, I believe. Which means that I think at some point TCG Player is going to be extracting $10 out of me so that way I can have a thing for display purposes. Okay, so Alan, the land command tower is one that is commonly used for the commander format, which is kind of a complicated thing. Basically, it's a special land that's used only in that format. You're only allowed one of it in the deck, just like any of your cards that aren't basic lands. And it taps for any color of mana that fits in with your deck. So, basically, Commander is you have a 99 card main deck plus one legendary creature that's off to the side and is available for you to cast at any point using the regular cost. The colors of that legendary creature determine what you can play in the deck. So, like, if it's, I don't know, red and white or something, you can only play red and white cards. Or stuff that uses only red and white mana. And if you had that command tower in there, it would tap for either red or white. And it's quite useful, but it's literally only usable in that sort of format. Basically, TLDR, I know you said one time that you played back in the 90s for like a very brief period. And the game has changed a lot, and there have been a lot of interesting things added and weird casual stuff of that nature that have snuck their way into the game and into card design and stuff now. The odds are that since I'm doing a TCG stream on Thursdays as like one of my options for Thursdays, you may yet get to see some of that because Magic Arena will probably end up in the rotation once in a while. Although Commander will not really... Magic Arena, I think, doesn't have Commander, but it has a variant known as Brawl, which is smaller decks. Oh my god, yeah, the old PC game. Oh boy, if I could get that properly working on stream, that absolutely would be a thing that would sneak on here. It's been rough every time I've tried to obs it in any way whatsoever, because I have a lot of nostalgia for that old period of Magic. Because I am not young. Okay, so we've got some stuff going on here. We got the Frogog. This is our new enemy for the area. And Frogog is a pretty burly oh. Yeah, I hit that way too early. We got Thunderbolt and Thought Peak, originally known as Psychopath. So far it's pretty good. I've got to learn the timings because I suck at them. And never mind, like, oh, they look a little different. It's also that they do kind of move at different speeds compared to the SNES. I feel like I'm doing some of the timing a little correctly, but not exactly. And regardless, the fact that some of them feel a little faster and just differently paced than the original. So even if I was doing them correct for that, that's not necessarily going to get you the win for this, huh? Absolutely the hell not. So what can we get on our taking away Mario's peace sign? Yeah, that's a thing that I think they've done just in general with a lot of Mario stuff, because, and this is probably most noticeable on Super Mario 64, that of course the peace sign, if you flash it the other way, and like often it would be like with the thumb between the fingers, but that is considered to be an obscene hand gesture in England and in some other places where you have where it's the back of the hand. So I think they just didn't want to confuse anybody and have it be like, oh yeah, Mario's flipping the camera off. You know, let's avoid upsetting anybody who would be upset by Mario flipping them the bird. That's interesting, but it wouldn't be the weirdest take that Miyamoto has ever had with regard to Mario games. One of those being where he complained about Donkey Kong Country, but I digress. I'm just being mean about something from like eons ago now. Like, that's totally unnecessary. Come on. Oh, the timing for that must be extremely early, huh? And that is a lot later. Yeah, okay, so for Mallow's goofy double punch, it's pretty early. Yeah, that's quite a strange thing to say, though. I absolutely agree that, like, what the hell do you mean he looks childish when he's doing a peace sign? What, because Ness does it too? That's the best I've got at this point, which is not very good. Always loved flashing a peace sign after pummeling the shit out of your enemy. Yeah, exactly. Let them know what you're actually about. Yeah, let's hit the save point. I mean, saving in this game seems to be quite fast, so why not, right? Plus we can see, oh no, Mallow has lost 1 HP, and I've forgotten about that until now. Ooh, so we got some Superboys here, I see. Alright, so why don't we demonstrate a little bit of fireball here. Oh hey, it really was worth a frog coin. Hell yeah! It's nice to get those early. I'll take a look at that in just a second. What an incredibly weird thing to... Huh. Nice. So his games eating, but in the later games permeate too much. Mario, you think that he's got his peace sign for his winning pose. And when part of the source that is Nintendo is generally said to be kiddie, but even if that's a promise we want to keep to our audience, I don't think it means at all that making Mario do the peace sign is going to bring in the kids. That's still kind of like an interesting and very strange thing to say in general. I think it's just kind of like, hey, neutral. But, go and jump save your life, kid, so I guess this is good. Yeah, Croco doesn't know who we are. In the original, he says something like, oh, there's a thing, it's not worth it, though, or something like that. I forget the exact phrasing, but you get what I'm saying, because there's a... Or is that somewhere else that I'm thinking of? Yep. Hey, look at me just absolutely goofing up very simple jumps. Anyway, how's it going, Retro? Huh, that's very odd, but I guess it would probably still have enough of the bones of the old game to be like, hey, yeah, there's some stuff that's hard to find. By hard, I mean absolutely absurdly so. Like, who even manages to put in the energy to pull this off, kind of thing. Well, I could swear there was a star here, but maybe it's elsewhere. Let's just fight these dudes the regular way, huh? Some K9s here. Not to be confused with a fella from Doctor Who. That'd be silly. Alright, what do we got for our gauge move here? Just Toad Assist. Okay, what can you... I guess Mallow's just got more call for Toad. Ah, we got the Star Egg, huh? Huh, alright. Well, I guess if I knew how to manipulate that a little better with the timing and everything, I probably could put that to use, but good luck getting me to ever pull that off. Because I feel like even with like any sort of video game slot machine, even if I know what I'm doing with it, I'll always end up just one frame off. And of course, God help you if it's some video game slot machines like the one in Duelist of the Roses. That's That's just impossible. If you can consistently get the card that you're looking for out of the Duelist of the Roses slot machine, you are a powerful entity with whom I am not prepared to fuck. See, I've got a little bit of the good timing for Mallow's thing. It seems like it's a little bit later than what I was doing. I mean, in general, me being early on any of these sort of timing things, not surprising. Now, obviously, to catch up with old boy here, we gotta sneak up on him. For anybody who's never played the original. Yeah, like that. That's way too early. And so is that. That's a little bit more on target. That's right. Give me them frog coins. What do you guys think the frog coins are made of? Because they're like a green metal, right? Do you think they're just like painted or something? Or they're probably made out of like whatever. There's some interesting like novelty coins and metallic objects you at least used to be able to get at various amusement locations, arcades and stuff back in the day. Anyone in here remember arcades? They still exist, I'm pretty sure, but they're not as populous as they once were. Oh, that was definitely timed way wrong. And so was that. This would be a great place if I could make my thing display inputs. There's Mario just doing a little dance in the background while Mallow's celebrating. Learning HP Rain. Some stay dry, others don't. I don't know. I'm bad at this. Yeah, Y button to cast our moves in the field. Obviously, we can't really use Psychopath or whatever it's called in this game. HP scan or something. No, it was something else. I forgot already. Or lightning bolt, or fireball, or jump. As much as it would probably be useful in the overworld, there's no place for them here. Making you want to play again? It's a good game. At least the original was, and this seems to be a quite solid remake, so yeah. Okay, here's the room I was thinking of. Give it up already! That treasure box is tempting, but now is not the time. Off goes old buddy. And this is why that treasure box is tempting, because when you get a star, not only are you invincible and win every fight when an enemy rams into you, but they just get downright suicidal for some reason. Everybody wants a piece as soon as they know that it's completely meaningless. Unfortunately, we don't have, like, any silly star chains as far as I can remember in this game. There is a place where there's 2 stars that you can get, but they are separated out far enough Again, assuming that my recall is of a decent quality, you know, we're not expecting brilliance here, but I believe the area right before Belome Temple, which is quite late into the game, so minor spoiler, that there's a place where you get a star in, like, the mine shaft or whatever, and then you can purchase one for some, like, 500 coins or something right afterwards. But unfortunately, that's not a proper star chain as such. So anyway, here's our goal. It's time to try to sneak up on... Try to sneak up on Croco properly, if I can actually, like, not suck at this. Hey, you. You fools couldn't chase down a pumpkin! What a taunt. You couldn't trace it. Fuck. God damn it. Your eyes are much faster than your feet. This rate, it'll take you 100 more years to catch me. And we just let him go right after he monologues. Mallow, just pummel him with your froggy stick. Come on, champ. This is getting old. It'll still take you... Ah! Enough! You got me fair and square. I'll give you back your coin. And he's looking for a bomb, isn't he? Whoa! Did you really believe me? I was lying. Yeah, alright, buddy. You've got a cadence going on here. Alright, so... Croco, this guy can be quite tough, but you can defang him a little bit with some fireball, because you will almost literally set his ass on fire. Almost literally, because it's just his tail, but, I mean, that's kind of like his ass if you're rounding very severely. But indeed, he hurts like a mother. But I believe you can at least make him... Okay, no, maybe he's just weak to it. Why is his... That's a good question, Mega Man. I assume that he just, like, dunked it in gasoline or something at some point. Ooh, nice. Less nice. Even worse. I was prepared to tell Mel to grab his socks after I was timing that badly. Sheesh. Alright, Toad. Come in here and be our extra party member. Lucky Star, huh? What do you got? Attack action commands succeed for 2... Okay, so is that just like... it missed, so... Good job, Toad. Your item is really living up to its description right now. Oh, do I have to still do an input? Is it just like you get the timing as long as you press the button? Oh, you butthole. He's healing. What kind of schmuck lets bosses heal? Come on. Come on, game devs. That's just rude. It's alright. I think this is one of the... No, a couple other bosses heal. But at least they're introducing it to you early. And once you learn the timings, I don't think this guy is that... Okay, yeah, it's... I don't know the timing for the charge, but... In my defense, he's mostly just been throwing random crap out of his sack at us. Which is a joke that sounds far worse than I mean it to, but... Give me back my coin or I'll belt you again! And he just punches him right in the mush. And steals his Dude, we've been getting those frog coins all the time. Come on. We've already got several of those already. Go on, take back your disgusting green coin. And fuck you too. Thanks, Croco. What a guy. What a jerk. At least we seem to be pulling off that defense decently well. We're not completely embarrassing ourselves, just mostly. Okay, so this will be the HP level, right? Because that's more HP than usual. So, give me that. Spanish exists in Mario RPG. Yeah, so... Which implies that Spain exists too. How much of the history of Spain should that imply the existence of? It's kind of like they named the revive item in Chrono Trigger DS Athenian water, so that implies the existence of Athens for some reason, but like I probably shouldn't do things like this, because realistically most of those instances do kind of they go places that if you continue to question them will mostly just hurt your head. Like, I'm not gonna turn into a complete goofball who's like... I'm not gonna turn into one of those goofballs who's like, okay, yeah, they have a Shiva, which means that all the other Hindu... But no, that one is one that I will jab at, because it's like, oh, hey, yeah, it's funny. Yeah, the DS translation, I am always gonna stump for at least some parts of the OG, most notably Frog's accent. And I have a very strong sense of nostalgia for the DS version because that's the one that I owned, but I did play the OG before that thanks to the wonders of, oh, if I say that word, Nintendo will get mad at me. Well, listen up, guys. Maybe you should have your games a little more available. But I digress. Yeah. Let's just say that all of them have value, and they have yet to, like, fuck up so severely when it comes to the first Chrono Trigger to have anything for me to be like, yeah, skip that. Like 150 on Jesus Christ, dude. Is that for a loose one, or is that complete in box, or what's the deal? What's the deal with Chrono Trigger DS? Admittedly, though, I kind of get it for like a complete in box kind of thing. I'm pretty sure mine is complete in box. I definitely have the poster and the box. And also, hey, I'm an enjoyer of video game collection. I just picked up this very recently. I'll link this in the thing. See a loose for 95. Well, hot damn, I'm sitting on something that might eventually turn into a gold mine, if in case, you know, if I should ever need to, like, sell everything in order to escape. I guess in case Bruce Rauner comes back to our state, but I digress. Let's not get doomerish about that. Anyway, yeah, I picked up that box copy of Myst. Has a strategy guide with it too, which I didn't know was even a thing. So hey, that's a little extra too. I just sell you my Rule of Rose. I mean, hey, when it comes down to that, Alan, I absolutely will. I will try to see to it that it can get into your hands. Goodness knows that if we were closer, I would lend it to you. Closer physically, I mean. And by closer physically, I mean if I lived in Minnesota. I'm not saying that I'd have to, like... maybe I should cut the joke off a little bit early. I don't want to catch Asmo fists across the dimensions. God, I'm terrible, aren't I? Anyway, I'm starting to hurt myself from laughing. I think this is a good time to press the A button and move on. Anywho's it, yeah, so I managed to pick up that box copy of Myst for a whole 20 bucks. I heard that, like, big box PC games are sometimes probably getting more expensive. There are a few that I would love to have for, like, sort of display piece purposes. I mentioned Star Trek Judgment Rights earlier in the stream, and I've considered going and trying to track down one of those. There's a special edition of it, at least of the CD version, probably not the floppy disk version that had like 11 discs, because hey, yeah, back in the day, you needed that for PC games. But that would be another quite lovely one to own. Ah, heck, I pressed that button super early. I'm not terribly surprised that like big box PC games are not cheap to get used copies of anymore, because that's a lot of stuff for a lot of them. Like I said, 11 floppies for Judgment Rights. That would be a bit of a beast. Although I seem to recall seeing a couple of copies that were just disc sets for like less than 20, so that's not that bad, really. But unfortunately, yes, game collecting, period. Oh, hey, Mello gets to go again. Nice. Game collecting at all is just not a very budget-friendly thing at this particular juncture in history. And it's gotten less disgusting for a couple of things, I think, but still not amazing. Like, back when I was gonna say back when I looked at Metroid Fusion, but this would have been back when I looked at Metroid Fusion for when I had done a video about Metroid Fusion years ago, right before Metroid Dread came out. It was like 80 bucks for just a loose cart. It's gone down a little bit since then, but it's still not at such a point where I would recommend to anybody, hey, yeah, get involved with this. Only do that if you're, like, confident in your ability to successfully steal from that vault near Fort Knox, which is not properly part of Fort Knox, but, you know, everybody calls it Fort Knox because, well, it's like right there, isn't it? But obviously, I probably should not even as a joke say things like that. And yeah, we'll fight a couple of duders on our way out, get ourselves a little bit of experience. We probably are not going to be in such a position where we need to get every single little nanobyte of experience at this point, because I'm at least confident enough in my ability to outstrip the game's scaling, even if I kind of play like absolute buns a little bit here. But you know, this is no FF9. We're not gonna be in a position where it's like, hey, you were expected to go side questing, champ. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Question, is this based on the There I Ruined It YouTube channel? Because there is a YouTube channel out there called There I Ruined It, which does stuff like that. There's one particularly funny one that I remember, which is a version of Straight Outta Compton that's like Oktoberfest music. Okay, good, because that's... that channel is really funny. So I'm glad to see that folks are just like... I'm glad that folks is like, you know, at least remembering the classics, right? Of the interwebs. These spinies only deal 1 damage per attack, so if I scrub it up here, it's it's not that much. It's not that big of a deal. Wow. Excuse me. I think I can just go to the map from the pause menu or something in this version of the game, but eh. Ooh. I see, there's been something going on at night. And it involves these guys. Shymore, huh? They were originally called Shysters in the original version of the game. And as you can see, they are Shy Guys on pogo sticks. Which sounds like the setup of some sort of joke about one of the later, i.e. not first, Yu-Gi-Oh! Seasons. Oh hey, we can block magic now. Single target magic, anyway. Guard games on pogo sticks. Jump! Pogo, 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 bounce! Pogo, pogo, pogo. Sorry, I can't do that very well. There's a lot of things I can't do very well when it comes to anything that involves voice, basically. Nice. Now, unfortunately, all that gauge up is going to waste, but, like, I don't know exactly how many fights we're going to get into before we hit the boss, right? Apparently it derives from the German Scheißer, which literally means bullshitter. That's fantastic. Got the wallet? Alright, yeah, hey, have your wallet. We got a flower tab. Alright. But I kind of like it in this sort of like, yeah, hey, they're fake Shy Guys, kind of, I guess. Is that their deal? They do have that, like, weird pogo stick bottom, huh? Hey, what's up? Yeah, I think now is not a good time to go escape to... Oh, I see. You're all stuck inside now. Yeah, I get you. That's good, because if pogo sticks come up again in, like, anything, always expect me to immediately go to pogo, 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 pogo! Like a complete goofball. Because, well, I am a complete goofball. That's the main takeaway here. As kite, everybody, goofballs. Oh yeah, Thought Peak is what that's called. I thought it was like something to do with HP for some reason. That's much better timing. Ooh, yes. And there's Mallow cleaning up house pretty nicely. Remember, gang, put your magic to good use. You got plenty of it. Like, hey, I'm sitting on 3 flower tabs and a flower jar, plus my honey syrups. I feel like that's some very casual language to be using to describe this when Mushroom Kingdom Town is being raided, champ. But You do you. It's hard save. I know there's an autosave function, but I'm just used to doing things with the hard save ability, so... Take a quick look, by the way, at how they just slide out and then start bouncing from the castle doorway here. There's something kind of funny about that. Alright, can we get on top of... Alright. Can't run! Oh. Well, so much for my brilliant idea. That was way too early. And speaking of way too early, so was that. Yeah, I was thinking that I'd try to basically stun them. Can we do it with this one? No. Dang. Yeah, so in the old game, don't know so much about this one, but if you run from an enemy, they will return to the world map, and as you do, and you'll basically have iframes for a few seconds. You can use that to sneak your way into a couple of places, even some places you probably shouldn't be by the time that you're able to do that. Which, asterisk, the Kuro Sewers is a place where that's an issue. And by an issue, I mean, I don't really suppose it's that bad in the greater scheme of things, but... they can be some pretty nasty enemies, the guys that you find in there, so you might want to not necessarily do it. Ah, yes, the vault is resupplied, so we can come in here and we can steal from the Mushroom Kingdom. Let's just say that I'm kind of collecting the fee for cleaning up here. Mallow's just so excited to be here, right? Hey. Well, never mind. I was gonna say, hey, Vault Guard, we're cool, right? But that's not even the Vault Guard, so the hell with it. I think we can just skip this fight entirely and just go straight into the Chancellor's room here. Where do you think everyone went? I kind of imagine him with, like, dumb goofball voices for some reason. We can bounce around all day long. I knew a young shy guy like you. He bounced 1.4 meters in the air. Then he bounced 1.6 meters in the air. I don't remember the line, but it's a Futurama reference. Not so fast, pal. That's right, get blocked. Oh, who's this big fella? Morton. First of all, Morton is a pretty good name, but also, like, is the implication supposed to be that this dude is more of a sword than a dagger? Because there's already a sword in the castle, and quite a big one. I mean, a claymore is a very large sword as well, so I don't know. I'm probably going to be the person who is just going to constantly say, I prefer the OG names of the Smithy Gang, but I think that most of the rest of the translation is pretty decent because... Take a swig here. The original name for this dude was Mac, and, you know, Knife. Mac the Knife. We've all heard, we all know the Bobby Darin song, Three Penny Opera. Which I guess with the spring be a little bit likened to a switchblade, right? I don't think it fits the theme of Claymore so much, but, you know, you guys are the boss here. Are we happy about this? You're asking for it. You picked the wrong people not to bounce with, bub. Oh, not cool, dude. Don't you be insulting Mario's stash. That's a good way to get your head handed to you on a platter that may or may not, in fact, be made of silver. Which means that on top of everything else, it repels werewolves, buddy. Yeah! That's right, werewolves are real, kids. Ooh, yeah, I didn't remember that lightning shocked the guy. That's neat. Power mushroom. All right, what do you got for us? You got some roids? Oh, yeah, I think I recall this. All right, now, if I could play this a little bit better. Yeah, and get the full damage out there. Oh, I missed the old flame wall, but that's definitely... that fits better with it. And also, I mean, hey, yeah, you don't have any completely seizure-rific effects. Listen, right now, I'm rereading Homestuck, and I've had words about the sheer amount of flickery effects that are, like, very eye-hurty in that. So, I actually will say that I appreciate anything that formerly had stuff that was known to cause seizures, dialing it back a little bit. That was some bad play. I pressed that button way too early. Speaking of things that are infamous for seizures and seizure-inducing visuals, I really feel like maybe one of these days... Oh, he's using jump. He's dragooning it up here. All right. I feel like it'll never happen, but goodness knows, I would love if TPCI could actually do a re-release of Electric Soldier Porygon, but with them having dialed down the visual effects on it. Because, I mean, they already have done that with some of the other stuff that had severe visual effects, right? Like, several previous Pokemon episodes had problems of that nature, yeah? Am I, like, completely misremembering? I probably am, to be fair, but... I will read the things that Irene said in just a second, now that we've killed the boss. That was shockingly rapid. Names just be sword slash soul blade as opponent swords. Yeah, okay, I get you. Yeah, and Shysters, Shymores to fit with it. That makes a lot more sense than because this localization is supposed to be a little bit more accurate to at least what they were going with in the original. Obviously, literal translations are kind of an impossibility. because, hey, getting a real literal translation is quite hard. And usually if you do, it sucks. But that's because then it missed out on the nuances and stuff. Let's take a look at... Classic. Alright, come on, Mario. Pick off the stragglers real quick. The boss. Well, we did at least get the star, so that part is automatic, to be fair. Hey, Chancellor? You can come out now. We got him. We got Throckmorton, or whatever his name was. Just imagine all the Toad dialogue in, like, actual Toad voices. I am not going to try to do that. I already tore my throat to shreds making the other dumb voices earlier in this. It's just too much to bear. That was not the same voice. You know, it's everything. Excuse me, but who are you? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that everybody is, like, really happy about no Toad voices. One of these years, I might actually play Mario Sunshine on here, and then all of you will have to deal with Toad voices after that point, so I'm sure you all are happy to wait for that point. And there won't be Toad voices coming from me, so... Well, that'll be what the next location will be for, the next big location. Let's head on down to... hey, Treasure Vaultman, you got anything special going on here? No. Big weenie from earlier? Alright, well. Somehow we needed the star piece to brighten up the environment. Well, fair enough. Let's go ahead. Yeah, we got refilled. But I will hit the save button here. Only need to do that once. I'm used to the OG a little bit, where you had to press another button to close the menu afterwards. Hey, Shopman, we got the green coin back. That's right, take a look at this funny arcade token we found. Make sure it doesn't get stolen, eaten, or whatever. Don't worry, there's no, like, plot thing that can cause that to happen. We get some cricket pie. It's full of flat bats. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this joke. No, I'm sure that it means the insects, not the sport, because we are off to go and give it to a frogman, who is just a frog. But he was still frog door! Oh, sorry. Stop that. Grandpa said to watch out for Balloam, whoever that is. It's probably a little dark down there, so maybe you should have bought a flashlight, numbnuts. That seems like a little bit of a mean thing to say, Mallow, but... Yeah, that's fine. I forgot to go buy an antidote pin, that's why. Okay, well, first of all, let's fill up our item stocks here because items are dirt cheap. And I know that I say that and it's like, well, it's not, you know, it's not being that impressive, but let's buy ourselves one of these. Yeah. Mello, why don't you take that? I guess I will buy the jump shoes. And the other thing can take a hike. And we actually can't fully buy all the able juice we'd want to. I'm just going to call it able juice, by the way, but yeah. That's a good question, Mega Man. That's something that I very rarely see myself, because... yeah. And down we go. I definitely don't need to save this soon, but I'll do it anyway, because I like having very up-to-date hard saves, if I can. Are we only allowed to jump out at certain spots? Oh, they really dialed up the spookiness on this music, and to be fair, this tune was already quite foreboding back in the SNES days. But this is like, oh, we're going to the Podoboo Castle, right? With this music? Let's fight some fish real quick. And they're called Cheep Cheeps. Properly now. Nice. Alright, so surely this is a foolish idea because we're in the water too, yeah? Well, it worked out okay, so... everything is fine somehow. We got Rat Funks and Shadows. Not to be confused with a hedgehog. Oh. Well, that rat is quite unamused by the prospect of having to fight anybody. Ah, dang it. Yeah, I hit that button way too early. I'm doing that again. That was late. I know that. I've at least got the Thunderbolt timing a little better, I think. Oh, and there's our fear status effect for the first time. That's an attack and defense debuff. Giving us a lot of the exact same enemy combination here. Which is odd. I mean, I expect them to be similar, but... surprised there isn't a little bit more variety in our weird sewer rats here. Oh, here we go. Here's something a little bit different. Well, first of all, we got a special rat funk, but we've also got the Hobgoblin. I see one of Spider-Man's nemesis has made his way in here. Ooh. Well, thankfully we resist that status effect. And I don't press it so soon. Is that 12 damage? That's a shockingly large amount, Buster. Realistically, there isn't much reason for me to conserve my FP too much. Oh, that's generous in the amount of time that you get to do your extra recovery. Mario good on the whole. Ah, yes, we had some ghosties in here. Some Teresas, as it were. And we drained the water a little bit. Oh, come on now. Boos can't attack us when we're facing them. What a load of shit. I call bull on that one game. I'm not that upset about it. A little bit of a simpler lightning orb animation there, which, I mean, is probably fine, but it's a bit of a surprise. I think it's actually like all the same parts of the original, it just is set up to move more smoothly, so it's not like you have a second or so wait between when you get clobbered with it and you see the little lightning dome. And also a lot less of the noise that those horrible things from Dynamo Man stage in Mega Man and Bass made when you killed only one half of them. Which I certainly appreciate. Less I have to think about that, the better. Ah, yeah, our fish are having a bit of an issue here. Bit of an fish. But we can explore this area with impunity now. Impunity, I say! This is not the location I'm looking for, though. There's a Chester or something, whatever it's named, here. There's the pipe. That'll probably be where we have to go find the mimic. Storage box, huh? Sent to the storage box in Mario's... Neat! Well, that's a good way to deal with the item overflow. Let's eat that flower jar real quick. Glass shards. But it did refill our FP, which is kind of what we wanted out of it. Ruh-roh. Here we go. Oh, what? That's a name choice, alright. In the original... Oh, it's immune to fire. Disgusting. So, in the original, this thing was called Pandarite. And by the original, I mean the English version of the original. I'm not 100% sure what the naming convention was in Japan. So I can't really discuss that very much, pardon me. But the other mimic enemies were... One of them was called Chester. I'm sorry, my hand was off the controller there. I was scratching my nose. Another one of them was called Box Boy, and then the fourth one had some kind of silly name that were, Oh, I see. I get you now. That makes sense. Yeah, whereas in the English version, they were basically just various puns, mostly. Oh, yes, okay. Hidan was the last one. Hidan. Haydn. Yeah, I remember Pandarite, Box Boy, and Chester. Because, well, most of them are quite easy to remember, and yet I forgot the other one. But we got ourselves a true form pin for that, which is going to come in kind of handy in the boss fight at the end of this location. Ah, yeah, there we go. There's our special Rat Trunk, who's got a little bit more HP than usual. Yeah, I would assume that there'd be updated dialogue, but I do not remember very much at all about even the original, so... Aww, burns! That's what I get for failing to time Thunderbolt correctly. I missed out on my coins. Oh, that was way too early. That's much better. Yeah, that's right. How do you like that, Green Goblin? And thank goodness that poison didn't actually matter. That makes my life significantly easier. Down we go. And... yeah, this is a lot closer to the location that I was talking about before. Where you can sneak into some places with the run command. Mario learned a new move, Super Jump. Yes, push A right as you land for repeated jumps. I'm not good at that, so don't expect a lot of super jumping. Like the next room over or something, maybe? Excuse me. Oh, I only have one flower point left. Right, because Thunderbolt is 2, and I guess I had 3 before. Didn't plan that number through. And unfortunately, we can't use our FP increaser thingies in battle. Excuse me. We have to wait until we're out of battle for that. Aw, darn, the rat ran away. Well. Yeah, that's definitely an attack power level. Oh, hey, this thing is back, except it's not. It's just money. That's fine. Assuming this game still caps out at 999 coins, we will probably hit that pretty quickly, though. So, that's less valuable than you think it is. So, like, where haven't I explored yet? Going back down to the hole. That's probably where it is. Did I forget if I've actually been in here? Ah, yeah, here we go. Here's a chest we haven't gotten, and a heal. Yeah, this is where the secret passage is that connects to much later in the game. I do not believe I'll be showing that off, unfortunately. Sorry. And down we go. And hey, look, here's a spring with a clown's face on it. Well, I thought you could jump off of it, but I was wrong. I just wanted to show it, that's all. Is that a fire hose or his tongue? I mean, yeah, it's quite a tongue, isn't it? This creature is delightful, by the way. Hack! It's a snack attack, and you're it! Ah! Ah, yeah, look at this freak. This wonderful, wonderfully bizarre creature. I forgot to equip the true form pin, but I think I'll be fine. Yeah, so this is a fight where you would like to conserve FP for a while. Because of reasons related to that true form pin, which you'll see in a bit, probably. I mean, we're doing some damage pretty fast, so here we go. Stick for a body, head full of straw. Give me a scarecrow, rah rah rah. Scarecrow funk. Ah, Mario's turned into a scarecrow. When you're a scarecrow, you can't use items or use your physical attacks, but you can still cast magic. An interesting kind of inversion, in a sense, from your average RPG, which around this time would probably be showing you silence, but it wouldn't be very useful silence, because usually you just clobber things anyway. I can't stand it. The hunger. The hunger. Just ate Mallow. That ain't right, dude. Come on. Get that thing out of your mouth. Come on. That's right. Open up your horrible craw. Give me that back. Oh, you don't say, Mallow. That seemed like it. That was pretty freaky, actually. I forget what kind of HP this thing has, so... Weak to electricity, so that's good. If we can just figure out how to cross things over between games. Did getting scarecrowed always expire with time, or what? Think you won, huh? Little did you know. I'm all that's stopping a flood of water. So long, soakies. Spankety, spankety, spankety. Soakies, yeah, what a phrase, huh? Give me soakies. That was terrible, I'm sorry. What does it sound like, Mallow? Guys? Although, to be fair, knowing these buffoons, yeah, this is basically about what... Mallow? That's a thing that happens when they get a concussion, I guess. Especially if you're Mallow. Ah, yes, the Midas River. Crash course on it? Well... yeah, why don't you tell me about the Midas River, Toad? Well, you see, Mario, ribbit, 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 ribbit. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. Ribbit, 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 off you go. Did any of that make sense to anybody? How was Toad talking funny? Funnier than usual, I mean. Yeah, so I'm not very good at the Midas River course to begin with, so we'll see how different it gets here. So I'm just gonna try stuff, really, with a lot of this. You had some fun little animations in these caves. Ooh, bright colors. And in a couple of them, there are, like, some free flowers. And possibly even another item of some kind in one of them. I don't remember. Oh, go in the direction of the green thing. Come on, Mario, come on. 3 turns for getting scarecrowed. For being placed in escrow. That's... huh. Well, interesting is all I can say there. Yeah, those 2 piranha plants are very interested in that flower. Yes, nice shot there, Jawful. Alright, come on. Yo, Paratroopa in the clutch. Giving us that free flower. Heck yeah. I think the other side has the Jawful that stabs you and steals your coins. But don't necessarily take my word for that because I am not sure. Oh, ooh, you have to be ready for that Throckmorton, I guess. Oh, the steam is making it a little hard to see. But yeah, there's a cave there I can see. I see. Hey, thanks, buddy. Easy flower. That bandit is getting thrashed. Ooh. I would not want to be that dude right now, that's for sure. Okay, now here's the part where I'm extremely bad. The barrel jumping event. Need some pointers? Yeah, why don't you tell me how this works, Toad? Time your jumps and grab coins along the way. Yes, indeedy. Jump on the next barrel before they collide. Or you will switch lanes. You told me like almost nothing. Leap over the... okay, yeah, leap over the fish that pop up. I actually forgot about the fish entirely. Yeah, I called that was more coins, but I also completely effed it, so... I should have taken the lane switch there. We're doing okay for ourselves, all considered here. I'm seeing a suspicious lack of cheap... oh, there we go. Wah! 2 in a row. Alrighty. Oh. Uh-oh. The sneak attack, which was not much of a sneak attack, but was an attack from behind. That's a new feature, all right. That's a marginal expansion on the original, huh? All right, well, dang it. I'd be surprised if I came out of here with more than, like, 1 coin. All right, Toad, how badly did I embarrass myself? 31 coins. That seems pretty terrible. 1 frog coin for 60. Ooh. Jeez. That's brutal. We got the Knock Knock shell. Oh, sorry. It's called the Koopa shell properly now. Sorry. I just made myself sound like a fool and an old person. And yeah, the scrapbook. This will let us look back at some events in the story. Save point. And off we go. Alright, what's going on? Tadpole Pond. Ah, yeah, somebody's enjoying those tuned bells and whistles, huh? I don't even think we can go over this part of the map, can't we? Oh, yeah, we can. We can go see Melody Bay. Yeah, we have to go meet the... We gotta go meet Frog Fuchsius first. Hey, Todovsky, what do you gotta say? Oh, you're still called Todovsky, that's great. Got composer's block, huh? Nah, I'll come back later. Won't be that way. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Thanks, Buster. There's a save point there, too. That's interesting. I don't think that was there before. I could be wrong. Alright, let's stand on the stepping stone and check out this very featureless tadpole. With Super Mario. Ah, yes, I see he's getting a little bit of an upgrade there, huh? Yeah, it's... Oh, wow. I guess good news travels quickly in this universe. That's kind of impressive. I think means bad news has double wings. What about the stuff that's not fit to here, but is still fit to print? What, were you expecting him to be wearing green? Oh, you show off. Ruh-roh. I like the one goofy tadpole at the back that's just like... Goofball. Ouch. Oh, we don't even get to see him zoom in before... Just barely see the fishing line. Oh... They've just changed his name to Frog Sage. Yeah, he was Frog Fuchsius in the original, which is what I'm going to call him all the time. Because Frog Fuchsius is a really funny name. But yeah, Frog Fuchsius here is... got a Lakitu holding them on a fishing line to make it look like he floats. Yes, old wise people can often give good advice. What about old wise frogs? Oh, Lakitu. Get a new cloud that floats better. Well, they're certainly big and round enough for us to jump across. Oh, this theme is real good. Like always. Love the Tadpole Pond theme. What do you got for us, champ? That Smithy character that appeared at Bowser's Keep. See, this guy is called an Exor Smithy. Ah, crud vapors. I like the one tadpole just swimming by and just... And then Mario suddenly being like, "Ugh!" Yeah? See, he likes doing the acting stuff too. That... Yeah? Well, it sounds like we're already well on our way. We can probably handle all this stuff relatively concurrently. Right? Like, just sort of multi-thread this whole story. Come on. That's right, we got a star. Oh, most people believe that. Eh? Nah, I think I got it. Some of them will make Bowser seem nice. Yeah, I mean, we don't go go-karting with any of them fuckers, so... It's true. I don't know, you got legs. At bare minimum. Oh, you can get a good look at his frog legs properly, huh? Sure. Not a tadpole! Oh, the zoom out. So that way everybody can come in and pretend to be shocked. Enjoying a snack of crickets. Happen to see a basket floating down from the falls. Yeah, I mean, that is kind of true that they'd probably have to go and harangue Square about any of the OCs in this game. And knowing how Square is, yeah, they probably would just be like, oh, well, we just accidentally kept you on red, I'm sorry. The name Mallow was written on his belt, huh? That's right, he's a pretty durable cotton ball. That's right, you're not gonna turn green when you get older, kid. Cool out, man, come on. This is a journey of self-discovery, buddy. Well, of course. I mean, he's come this far. And he shot lightning and stuff. Well, that sounds easy enough. Hey, hold on. I got this cricket pie for you. You said you like crickets. The staff he used when he was Mallow's age. Well, hey, as long as it's still pretty good. You know, it's all in one piece. Hadn't splintered too badly. We got the Froggy Stick, which is a pretty funny name for a piece of gear. That's right, Mallow, you've got a weapon now. And it's got a good chunk of power to it. Which means that you know how to hurt people. Ooh, yeah! Hey, you two, what do you got going on here? Frog Coin Emporium, yeah? Yeah, we've heard about them. They got mentioned in another tutorial, actually. What do you got, champ? You've got some goodies. We've got sleepy bombs that'll put all our enemies to sleep. We got bracers that will raise one target's defense and energizers to raise one ally's attack. And they just call them Party Bracer and Party Energizer here. I assume that that's like a more accurate translation. But I miss these being called Crystalline and I think Power Blast or something. What do you got in the juice bar? I mean, Todovsky has a membership here. Yeah, that's a spoiler alert for how to do it. Yeah, we're not a member, but what have you got for sale anyway? Tadpole Cola is what they're called, huh? We can carry 10 of them, and they recover 30 HP for a mere 16 coins? I mean, we'll take it. Give me the whole lot. Those will come in handy. Is it genuinely something you should pick up and play? I believe it's a very good game. It's pretty fun. A little bit on the maybe simple side. I got my copy for less than $30 delivered. And that's a Japanese copy, in fact, just as a bit of a hoo-hoo-hoo. It does have English language in it, as you can tell. And it's region-free is probably not the correct term, but it's not region-locked. So, yes, if you can get a copy for a decent price, because it's a rather short game and it is not necessarily the hardest thing in the world ever. And also, yes, always go physical. Basically, don't buy it at the list price of $60 because that's probably a little bit silly for a remake of a rather short RPG. Granted, we also did just come off of FF9, so anything will seem short by comparison. Yeah. Look for a copy elsewhere on the interwebs for, like, less than that. In fact, I'm going to take a quick squiz at, like... tragically, it's going to be Amazon, but, you know... and see what they are charging for a copy for the Switch. What have you guys got for us? Well, they're charging right now $33 for the international version. So, all considered, not a horrible price for a copy of the game. And that's with minimal of having to dig through anybody on like eBay or any other websites. And again, that should be a new copy of the game. So, yeah. Anywho, yeah, don't spend the list price, which is probably my advice to a lot of people when it comes to video games, period. But also, perhaps I'm spoiled by Steam sales. And by Steam sales, I mean Steam sales back when they were good. And I know that the good, cheap Steam sales were probably not great for developers either because of the pricing being so extreme, but... you know. Stuff costs more than it used to and everything. Anywho. Let's go have a quick look over at this location here. Yeah, I think it makes sense, but it is like, oh, I miss it a little bit. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, is that it's a little bit more worth that. I feel that it's a rather small game, and being a remake and not like a particularly over-the-top, you know, it's not a remake in the sense of like FF7 remake, right? It's more of it's more elevated than an average remaster, but still. Mario, you're taking a quick nap. You're getting horribly stoned from this flower dust. What did I say? I dislocate. I'm sorry, I was talking about this game and pricing. And saying that this is kind of like a bit of an elevated remaster, basically, if you will. You know, a little bit nicer than your average video game remaster, but not as hardcore of a remake as something like FF7 Remake. And it's good, but it is also just sort of a revision of an existing retro video game that realistically Nintendo should have had a little more available to begin with in modern times, because, well, blah, blah, blah. Basically, this largely comes down to me dumping on Nintendo a little bit. And if you can find it for a good deal, I'd say that's a good bet. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention to that sort of... Yeah, anyway. That one went right through me, but I miss on a lot of jokes somehow. Okay, so these blocks can be triggered to sequence a little faster by jumping on them. That... I think that was kind of a thing in the original to begin with. What's the goofy star thing called? It is called a star slap in this game. Okay. All right, so give me a hand here. Can you give me like a nuclear? Yes, that's probably... I would not be surprised if it was a price caused by licensing, because we do have to remember this is a Square game at heart. This was originally a collab between Nintendo and the Square and Soft, and I'm sure that we've all heard my opinions about Square at this point, and, well, modern Square anyway. Back in the day, Squaresoft used to be a pretty balling company, really. Wow, I just made myself sound incredibly white by pronouncing the G at the end of ballin'. That's only slightly more embarrassing than me saying ballin' in the first place, but I digress. Yeah. Basically, I guess at the end of things, value is extremely hard to say a lot about also, because, like, it kind of doesn't make sense in a certain way, yeah? Money is just kind of nonsense when it comes down to it, right? Just some shit that we made up to you know, ultimately just mess with ourselves. And here we got some banditos. They are... Oh, they're just gonna run away right away. Well, so much for our rewards. What a load of cowards. Oh. I don't know how to time that yet. I'll get there or I'll forget. One or the other. Oh, is he just lowering another one down the rope? Where is that shy guy tied to on the rope is my question. Oh, you cowards. Just leaving me here with this damn shy guy. Come on. Who deserves that? Not I. Aside from the part where I absolutely do. But that's a whole other can of bees. I don't know. Bees? Doom reverb. Yeah, that's not as bad as it sounds like. It's just silence. Everything's fine. We're not on a countdown. Well, it looks like the hook is embedded in the head there, so that's still slightly worrying. All right. Come on, you've got to be running out of these fucking things sooner rather than later, Lakitu. Actually, I still have the page for this on Amazon up. I love that there's a check compatibility. Choose your brand, Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, see all options right next to... right on the page for this Switch game. Yeah, I'm sure that this is something... then again, I say this as if somebody in my audience hasn't worked in a game store and cannot confirm that indeed... you know, and can't just confirm to me that indeed adults are actually that stupid. Hey, come on, Lakitu. Hey! That's what we like to see, champ. Yeah, you've definitely had people who walked into that little store and we're probably like, can I play this cartridge on Timmy's Xbox? Like, you know what they say about parents and understanding, yeah? So... oh, we can get all those coins easy. None of these bandits want to hang out for very long. Well, that's a pity. Now, let's see how the Arachne likes fire. It's a bug type. It should be weak to fire, yeah? We did decent damage anyway. That's right, those things certainly know Arachnus from, Metroid 2. I almost said Super Metroid, but... no, Metroid 2. Alright, now set this thing on fire. Yep. Easy peasy. See, things get a lot easier if you use your magic to attack. Well, right now, it's very not effective because he's got a stick. And so he does some pretty decent damage even while he's silenced. Come here, bandits. Get me in this fight that's going to mean absolutely... yeah, they just immediately departed. Well, see, at least that's good that they were like, well, at least I'm going to ask. Instead of just assuming. And then getting mad at you for their not knowing. Which I suspect was the other... I suspect would be the other side of the coin if things didn't go well, right? Would be that... if they didn't ask and then it turned out that it didn't work that way, that you'd be the one taking the heat. Well, I'm just saying, as long as you didn't think it was a PCP game, right? Because if you thought it was a PCP game, that's a little bit of a worrying thing. It was some Tiger Woods game. Oh. Yeah, no, most used places don't sell PC games. Unless that's changed in the last few years, which, I mean, it could have. I pressed that button so far too early. But for some reason, it still counted for gauge. That's weird. Ooh, alright. Oh, they're called crooks in this game. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking the bandits from Yoshi's Island or something. What a jolly little Cloudman Toad Mallow is, right? A fun-loving little Cloudman. You ever met the kind of people who come to these Stacy concerts? These dudes have got energy to spare. We're talking guys who beat off 4 times a day. I cannot do an old Maida voice at all. I probably shouldn't even have tried. That was embarrassing. Ah! Hey, we didn't take like 1,000,000 damage from that attack. Good. Because, yeah, those crooks are actually shockingly strong. It's just that they usually don't hang out very long. At least they're strong for this part of the game. Later on, we'll be like, ha! Those guys weren't shit! Later on, we may even be able to outspeed them, so that'll be a shock. Anyway, heal that up. Yeah, Mallow, why don't you just HP Rain real quick? I probably could do that to Mario too, but I think he'll be okay. I don't know how much is left of this area. I think it's not very much. Like, I think it's just... Yeah. Don't run out there yet, Mallow. Oh, I think they took out the "Who do you think you are, Bruce Lee" line from the original. Yeah, so the K-Mex are having a little bit of confusion. It's from all the Mercury. Thief guy, amazing. Jagger ahead of the show. Ooh, alright, they're tying it forward to a plot point later on. That won't make sense for now, but yeah. Wizakoopa, huh? You didn't want to call him Magikoopa anymore? Nor Kamek, for that matter? Or is that a name that shows up in Monster Town also? Goomhild. Nice. I don't know what that red flash is supposed to represent, but... yeah. Ah, nice laugh. It's not quite as funny of a sound as the one on the SNES, but that's pretty alright. Wait, no, the line that I'm thinking of is later on from here. Never mind. Whatever I said later, we'll find out about that. But definitely not in this stream, because... yeah, I think that we're going to wrap up after we spend the night in Rosetown here. Ooh. Oh yeah, and look at how all the toads here have like bullseye patterns on their caps. Now I know how a scarecrow feels. Don't you be talking to me about being a scarecrow, Buster. Hey you, what's the deal? Alright, so jump on the dude, jump up there. Leave the treasure chests alone. Hey kiddo. Aw, you goofball. There we go. Yeah, they're fine. Enter the forest. When you hit an area with 4 paths, go left, left, straight, right, in that order. You'll surely find something nice. Yeah, there's a bit of a haul of treasure there. Anyway, let's... I think this guy's just got coins, but... whatever. He's not going to complain about it now for some reason. I don't know why, but, yeah. Okay, yeah, here's a case of the guy pumping the water. He can get hit by the arrow and perma-stunned too. I think mostly it happens if you talk to him. That would just be rude. Right, what do we got for sale here? We've got all the usual. Let's restock and take a look at gear. What have we got for equipment? We got a thick shirt and thick pants. Okay, so what do we got? Oh, 130 for that? What's our accessories otherwise? Yeah. Prevents mutant sleep status. It gives us better defense than the other one. True form pin, that's pretty nice. Ooh, yeah, that fearless pin provides some good stats, but it's disgustingly expensive. But thankfully, we have got a good supply of cash, so we'll put that in there. We'll keep the jump shoes on Mario because they give us some more damage. And yes, what have you got to say, fellow? I think he probably got a shot in the noggin. But here's the end. Okay, it's just real hard to see the rotating star thing. This kid's having fun. Goofy dolls. And Mario is offended by the huge bonk that his doll just took. Zip your lip. Wow. Listen to this kid. Mom! Wait. No, sorry. I'm doing that posting it. Oh, that's right. It's us. You betcha. Wrong number. Fantastic answers all around. That's right. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can sign your doll, kid. Gaz. Yeah, sure, it'll be fine. Mario just bought the farm. The fuck is a Geno? Oh, he does a pretty good Mario impression. Geno's little blue thing, huh? It's a pretty hard bonk. Careful, Mario. There's an actual kid back there. Oh. Ooh. You gotta be a little bit careful with those foam discs. Those things can really fuck you up. No, Mario's not okay. He just got shot in the face by a small child. What a strange thing to say in a video game, or anywhere, actually. As this weird star duelet shows up and looks over all the funky toys over here that are neatly arranged, all considered. I was never this sort of thing as a kid. Decides, hey, 3 of these characters already exist. And decides to pick the goofy-looking blue doll, huh? Has no idea what's going on with it. Yeah. The spirit has to get used to Geno's new body, and so is gonna stumble around in an incredibly goofy way through the dark here before sneaking off. Hold up before we save. Let's go watch the cutscenes that are following this. You what? Is Gino the one who broke my lamp the other... Yeah, look at this kid. Well, we saw it in the cutscene. You try to get out of this time. Yeah, where's the goofy doll? Yeah, yeah, we get it. We got shot in the face. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's actually properly save now. And next time we'll go look into this forest and find out what's the deal with Gino. What's the deal with